14 review. Hope you guys enjoyed your snow break. We had a lot of snow, it's finally melting. As always, we start with timeline. We sang it all the way through, and then I had everybody turn around so their eyes were facing the opposite wall, not facing the board. Their backs were facing the board. And I removed a card. And I had everybody turn around, and the first person who was able to name the card that I had taken off was able to be the one who got to remove the card. So Claire figured out the first one, and then we sang it all the way through again. If I remove the card, then I don't say it. I'm listening for them. I'm challenging. This is the master's class, so challenging them. And then Claire got to remove a card. I didn't put it back. So by the end, we only had a card left. For math, linear equivalence, this, put it like this. We sang it to Mary Poppins, Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I needed help with that one today. So it goes to the tune like this. 2.54 centimeters equals 1 inch, 12 inches equals 1 foot, 5,280 feet equals 1 mile, 1 kilometer equals 5/8 of a mile. And what we did in class, I had 2 kids come up. We're in a smaller space this semester, so I had only just 2 kids come up, and everybody sang it while they showed us 2.54 centimeters equals 1 inch. So they just inched their foot forward just a little bit. And then 12 inches equals 1 foot, they put 1 foot in front of the other to show 1 foot. And then for 5,280 feet, they ran really fast in place. And then for 1 kilometer equals 5/8 of a mile, they moved it to a jog because the kilometer is slightly shorter than a mile. For Latin, we did John 1:2. We sang it, Hoc erat in principio apud Deum. And in English, the same was in the beginning with God. And after one time, I gave someone a marker, called people up randomly to draw a line to their translation. So Deum, they went to God. We sang it through again, and then someone else came up and made a new connection. Principio, beginning. For English, I had, if you can see that, Lego blocks. Oh, I'm having issues. All right. Oh well. Good. We had Lego blocks. I had a stack of them, so everybody sat down, and as we chanted to break, breaks, broke, breaking, broken, they would break the blocks apart, and then they put them together really fast and pass it. And we had a lot of side conversations going on as they were reassembling, so I had to say, like, no talking in between, just reassemble it and pass it, and we'll sing it again. So we just got that 7 times in really quickly, breaking those apart, putting them back together, and passing it, so everybody had a chance to break different blocks apart, because they were not just the regular blocks. Anyways, it was just mixing it up. For science, what is an element? An element is a basic chemical substance defined by its atomic number and atomic mass. So because I don't have a list of things that we typically do in science, I just said, this is what you're going to be seeing, this is what you see on the periodic table. Element is broken down, they all have their abbreviations. So we took this one off for element. Just typical picture matchup, like I always do, is a basic chemical substance. So I have the chemical substance, calcium, and defined by its atomic number. Atomic number is 20, so it's up here. So you take that off, and its atomic mass. And then I have its atomic mass up here. And then we say it again. What is an element? This goes up with element. An element is a basic chemical substance defined by its atomic number and atomic mass. And we just did that a couple times. We repeated it as they took it off. We repeated it as they put it on. We did it 2 rounds, and then we said it one more time together. All right. History. Tell me about tycoons. I did give the kids, I said I would give them a treat next week if they come back and tell me what a tycoon is. Not a toucan. Everybody thought, it's a bird. No, not toucan, tycoon. So we listened to the song. It goes to the tune of the New Year's song. During the late 1800s, against tycoons like Vanderbilt, Rockefeller, Carnegie, and Swift. Fueled the nation's industrial age by developing American resources. We listened to it on the app, so that's 3 times. And then we sang it together as a class a couple times more. And then anybody who wanted to come up and try to say it without looking, and if they could get it all right, they could add a feature to Mr. Carnegie here. And it looks like he is breathing fire and has blue eyelashes. For geography, I left my map at home. But it's finishing up our song, She'll Be Coming Around the Mountains. It kind of plays off of the Western Mountains, and since we missed last week, we just did that during our map time as well. Western Mountains, Rocky Mountains, Pikes Peak, Mount Elbert, Sierra Nevadas, Mount Whitney, Northwest Mountains, Cascade Mountains, Mount Rainier, Mount St. Helens, and Denali. Something like that. I'll link the video to to the guy Piper and her dad, they put on for all 4 weeks of the mountains. And so we just did a map time. We found all the mountains, and then we sang it through several times, and I would say, okay, where are the Rocky Mountains? Show me Mount Rainier. Which one is Mount St. Helens? What's this one down in Alaska? So just show me, tell me during map time. For science, we ended up doing week 13 as well, the alcohol. We talked about molecules and how they can share space. In the same way that water and, not that they can share a space, but like water is the marbles to alcohol being the sand. If we had a cup of marbles and we poured sand in it, the sand wouldn't just sit on top, it would come and sink down into the bigger air pockets of the marbles. In the same way, we had our experiment with water and alcohol. We had a cup of water, we added a cup of alcohol. Kids have already been through this experiment, so they already knew that it wasn't going to be the full 2 cups, but they didn't understand why. So now we got to dive into the why. We did our marbles taking up mass of the water, so that does not share, it is not sitting in the air pockets of the water, it's displacing the matter of the water. And we talked about air even takes up matter. Even though we can put our hand in it and we can move it around, it doesn't have a specific shape. But when we dipped our cup down into the water, our paper towel that was stepped into the bottom of that cup did not get wet because that air is not going to share its space with the water because we shoved it straight down. And for art, we studied Picasso. We did a little Picasso base. For review, we played Happy Salmon. So they would do a round of Happy Salmon. We'd do a whole subject. All right, that is week 14. Again, if anybody brings in a map that they hand drew, anybody that brings in a map of hand-drawn map of the United States, they can earn a treat. Or if they come and tell me what a tycoon is, they can have a treat as well. All right, hope you guys have a great week. We will see you next week for week 15.